Welcome, and thank you for joining us. Today I'm going to talk about eye exercises. And you're probably wondering why eye exercises. Well, especially if you have scleroderma, a lot of people also have Sjogren's. And by doing the eye exercises and blinking, it also increases our lubrication for our eyes. And this is also very helpful if we live in very low humidity areas like I do. Another reason is we get eye fatigue and strain. I mean, there's a couple studies looking at students, and we all know how much we read as students, and these are nurses and optometrists. And by doing these exercises, they were actually able to reduce the strain and stress. Think of all the times that we spend on our phone and our tablets, computers, and even TV. Kind of takes a toll on our eyes. And then there's also trauma, including things like PTSD. And our breath work, along with our eye exercises, are also stimulating our vagus nerve. So as we move our eyes up, we're stimulating our sympathetic nervous system. And by moving our eyes down, it's our parasympathetic. So it's helping to calm our vagus nerve. Some early work was done in the 1920s by Dr. Bates, and he showed that when we're stressed, how we hold all that tension in our shoulders and also stressing out the muscles around our eyes. So I'm going to take all of this into account for this class today. And so what I'd like to do is start, if you're wearing glasses or contacts, to please take them out. The focus is to work on the eye muscles, not necessarily to be able to see clearly. So I'd like you to find a comfortable position. It could be on the floor against the wall to support your back, in a chair, or in a bed, whichever is more comfortable for you today. Now I'd like you to begin using your normal breath to relax your shoulders and drop your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Now let's relax our shoulders just a bit more. So a couple exercises to do that. Let's bring our shoulders up to our ears. So make them think they're like your earrings. And now drop them. Not slowly release them, but just drop them. And let's repeat again. Shoulders all the way up to your ears and drop. And we'll do one more. So taking your head and slowly moving it to the right towards your shoulder. And back to center. And now the same to the left. And back to center. Let's do one more time. Your right shoulder, center, left shoulder, center. And now I'd like you to try a full diaphragmatic breath. I want you to exhale completely, relax, and let the inhale happen. Again, exhale, relax, and let the inhale happen. Now I'd like you to blink your eyes a few times. Help to lubricate our eyes. And now I'd like you to rub your palms together, creating a lot of warmth. And then put them on your eyes, the palms of your hands on your eyes. And you put them gently there. If you have glaucoma, just be very gentle so you're not adding increased stress and tension to your eyes or pressure. Now repeat, rubbing your hand palms together, creating that nice warmth. And put them again on your eyes to help the eye muscles relax even more. All right, now I would like you to put your hands down, and what I'd like you to imagine is a clock, which will probably be the easiest way to do this. And I want you to look in the center of that clock, and then slowly move your eyes to the right to 3 o'clock. Now slowly move your eyes to 9 o'clock. And back to 3. And slowly to 9. And slowly back to 3. And then back to 9. And slowly back to 3. And put your eyes to center. What I'd like you to do now is look up at 12 o'clock. And if you can, open your eyes a little wider if that works. And slowly move them to 6 o'clock. And back up to 12. And back down to 6. Up to 12. Down to 6. And back up to 12. And back to center. Now let's rub our palms together again and gently place them in our eyes, helping to relax those muscles that we've just been using. And now we can put our hands down. I like to do another series. So imagine, this will probably be easier if we imagine you're looking at a square. So I'd like you to look in the center of that square and then move your eyes diagonally up to the upper right-hand corner. And slowly move them to the lower left corner. And back up to right corner. And down to left corner. Back up to right corner. And down to the left corner. And up to the right corner. And back to center. And I'd like you to look to the upper left corner. And slowly down to the lower right corner. So we're making these diagonals up and down. Now back up to the left corner. And down to the lower right. Up to the upper left corner. Down to the lower right corner. And back up to the upper left corner. Now back to center. Now rub our palms together and creating that nice warmth. And go ahead and put them back on your eyes to help release more of the, relax more of the muscles that we've just been using. Now let's bring our hands down. Let's do that one more time. We've been doing the muscles in a very unusual place that we normally don't do. So let's rub our palms together and put them back on our eyes. Okay, we can bring our hands back down. So this will be the last one that I'm doing. So we're going to do a little looking very close and very far. So imagine looking at your nose, and if it helps, put your finger on your nose and look at the tip of your finger on your nose. Now slowly take your eyes off off your nose or your finger, and go as far and look as far away from yourself as possible. Like the next room, outside the window. But you're trying to create that distance. Now slowly come back to something to that finger or nose. And let's slowly move it away to something very, very far. And now let's come back to a normal position. And let's do that rubbing of our hands and creating that warmth and putting it on our eyes. And then we can take our hands down, and then let's do it again, rubbing our hands together. But this time, let's find those other little places that we need a little extra attention. Maybe it's your neck, your shoulders, your jaw, your temples, and give that a little extra attention. All right. I'd like you to now return to your normal breath if you haven't done that already. And I'd like to thank you for joining us today.